Hi, fire signs. I'm going to be doing your second half and your love reading for the month of February. So we're going to go ahead and jump into your reading and see what you guys got. So your main message for your oracle card is shadow self. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So let's see. Something is going on with you where you feel like there's something internal going on with you as far as like your shadow self. Every person has a shadow self, and pretty much what it is, it's like a part of you that you feel can be a bit negative at times. It could be a part of you that's a little bit of a weakness, a self weakness, something that you try to keep hidden from the outside world. And since this is a love reading, this is a part of you that you have been keeping hidden from your relationships, either past, present, or, hopefully not upcoming. So if this is, Spirit is telling you to really look at your shadow side right now, it means that they don't want you to carry this on into your future relationships, love related, okay? So this could be like an act of repression. But the thing is, like, you cannot succeed in wasting your energy in your repression, okay? Or empowering negative thoughts or negative behavior, okay? So over our lifetime, we tend to gain these patterns. They just become really rigid, or sometimes it even gets to the place where it blinds us from making better choices in life. So we only know our lives or relationships as not working, and we feel separate and divided and imprisoned by our reactions. So it's probably best, honestly, fire signs, to find a way to make wise actions, wise behaviors, wise decisions, and make sure that we don't continue to operate in this shadow self, okay? So this honestly isn't a bad thing. Like I said, every single person has a shadow side to them, something that they need to work on, something that's been hidden for so long due to experiences that we had in our childhood all the way up, to our adult age, but these are things that we keep hidden. And if you notice, this kind of reminds me of the high priestess, because if you notice the moon up there, she is in the dark. And the moon, it's just like, it's somebody who knows everything, but they keep everything hidden. So you're just really good at masking the things that that need some working on. But right now, Spirit is telling you that this is something that you need to keep in mind for the coming up second half of February. This is just something that you should, look towards to working on. Okay. So your next card that's coming in, this is the energy that's coming towards you, is abundance. So that's actually really good, fire signs. So this card, it has to do with our connections, of our feelings, being abundant emotionally, being abundant in our health, being abundant in, in our personal lives, even outside of us. This also has to do with finding new love, new spirituality, expansion of our souls. This card could reflect, things that you already doing. It's telling you to be grateful for those things that you already have. So just be thankful. But it could also be about enjoying the fruits of your labors, because this is the energy that's coming in. So it might be something that you've been putting work into, that you might be getting something out of it soon. Okay, so the tarot cards that I ended up getting for abundance is, let's see, you got the Eight of Cups. Okay, so let's see. So because we are talking about our shadow selves and things that, that we have been keeping hidden, the energy that's coming in is abundance, the tarot card is showing us something that has placed us in a position where we are emotionally depleted in a relationship, something that was not abundant, but the energy that's coming in is going to be abundant, but it's something that you have dealt with where, you know, it left you empty emotionally. Maybe you have a current relationship or a relationship that you're about to get out of, where you're being in two minds about it. If you notice that here, her skirt and everything is still connected to these old cups that don't have anything in them anymore. And if you notice, she's literally like fading away. Okay. And if you notice, there's like a skeleton holding her back. So it's all the old things, all the old emotions that are holding her back right now. But she's being in two minds. Should I stay in what's not working for me emotionally? Or should I go ahead and take a new direction to new love and move forward somewhere else where things are going to be available to me, and it's going to bring me abundance, and it's going to bring me new love and bring me everything that I desire in a partnership. And if you notice, it's starting to take form. Like, she's not fully developed yet, but it's going to be actions that you're going to be taking soon. Okay? So that's where what this means for the abundance card. Now, the other two cards that you ended up getting, they came out with that, is the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So the Ten of Cups, it has to do with that you're soon, if you are going to decide to move forward and find love elsewhere, and find what makes you happy, you're going to find it. You're going to end up getting the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is a beautiful card. If you notice, there's a rainbow in the back there. That's what she's leaning on. So after dealing with the storm, after dealing with a situation that didn't go exactly where we want it to, and our emotions are not in the right place, the storm has ended, and now the rainbow is coming out, and we are promised something beautiful. We're promised new love, something that's going to be more fulfilling, bringing us better things. Our home is going to be at peace. We're going to be internally peaceful. Things are going to go exactly where they need to be emotionally. So maybe after you decide that maybe right where you're at is not abundant, once you take those steps to go somewhere where you can be, you're going to gain the Ten of Cups, and you're going to really be happy. Okay? And the relationship that you take in that's new, it's going to be happy. The next card that you got is the Ace of Swords. And so the Ace of Swords has to do with clarity. It has to do with new ideas. It has to do with our new thoughts. So maybe in this situation, you're realizing, you're gaining the clarity and the wisdom to know that what you need that is satisfying is not where you're at right now. And in order for you to gain that abundance that you're looking for, you got to look somewhere else that can give you that. So maybe there is a current situation where you're very dissatisfied and you're not happy in. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and move on, and we're going to keep looking at what's coming up next for you. So let's put this here. So the next card that's coming in is going to be, I guess, the actions. Okay, so this could be your actions or the other person's action, but I think this might be your action because what came out for you is patience. And if you notice, she is not happy. She's covering her eyes and she's upset, and it's stressing her out. Patience really is a virtue. Patience is something that it's really hard to, put into action. It really is, because nobody really likes to wait for anything, especially for fire signs. You guys, once you guys know that there's something that you want, you guys just go hightail it over there and expect for it to come to you and to have it. But in this case, something's happening here where you're going to have to take the action of patience. Okay? So let's see. Let's see what comes in for this. All right. So the next tarot cards that come in for it is the Six of Swords. So yeah, this card has to do with moving away from something that was mentally stressful, that put you in a dark place. And so you're trying to find ways to move on from the situation. Maybe try to go somewhere else alone to gain perspective about the situation. And maybe that's where the patience is coming in, is knowing that you have to go somewhere else to get the space that you need so you can gain a better perspective about the situation before you actually make a main decision. Okay? And so hopefully this time apart, this time of you wanting to move away mentally from a situation, is going to relieve you from what you've been dealing with lately. But this is definitely a card of travel, of moving away mentally from something. The next card that's coming up is a Nine of Wands. So yeah, it's something that really was coming against you. It's something that you had to go through, but at least you came out, still standing from the situation. So this is something that, it wore you out and it put you through this relationship that that you had with this specific person. You went through it with them, okay? But the thing is that you stayed standing. The next card that comes out for the patience is the Nine of Swords. So whoever you're dealing with, it puts, for some of you, this is not all of you, but it puts you in a situation where you are probably depressed. And if you weren't depressed, it just puts you in a place where you're overthinking the situation. It was stressing you out. You were trapped, felt mentally trapped and not knowing what to do in the situation. And so Spirit is telling you that patience is coming in to help you to realize that there is a need for you to move away. You have to find ways to help yourself get out of certain situations and not stay in them, regardless of how much you love the person. But this situation looks like, maybe you are even patient throughout dealing with this person throughout the whole situation. You're very patient with them. But at the same time, it just put you in a place where you felt like you always had to fight. You always had to put them first in everything. It just stressed you out. Maybe you had like a lack of sleep sometimes. But the Nine of Swords is not a fun thing. It's not a good place to be. But yeah, it's time for you to finally have patience on yourself, take care of you, and find ways to mentally let go of the situation and find where you can go, where you can be at peace. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and move on to your next cards. So what you got next, this is something that you need to know, okay? So what you do need to know is purity. So purity has to do with, it has to do with knowing in your body, mind, and soul the things that you need to detox from you. Maybe this was a toxic relationship and you're realizing now that I need to purify myself from this situation. I need to purify this person right out of my mind, out of my heart, out of my soul. Because maybe at one point everything was going really well and you guys ended up making a deep connection with each other. And you guys had a soul tie with them. And sometimes when we have soul ties with people, it is very hard to break. It is very hard to break. But you're realizing that there is something toxic, something negative in the relationship that is not good for you. And you need to pull back from it. Okay? So these are the cards that I end up getting for you. And so what I got is temperance. So there's that patience again. So you need patience in detoxing and taking your time to remove all the things that are not good for you from this relationship. You're gonna have to like find a way to let go of everything, but this takes patience. It takes time for you to do it, because it's so easy for people to say, oh yeah, just walk away, things are not working out. It's easy to say that, but when you actually have love for this person, regardless of how they treated you, regardless of how empty you feel, the love that you have for them is still there. And maybe you're not, it's not that you're not ready to go, but it just means that it's hard for you to let go. You already developed a relationship with this person, you put in a lot of work with them, and for right now, this is all you know. So, patience is going to be required, and you somehow finding ways to heal yourself from the situation and detoxing. Okay? So, your next card is the Ten of Swords. So, yeah, this is something that honestly, it's about to end. If it has not, it's going to. And it's a situation that's going to put you fully hurt. You're going to be, yeah, you're going to be upset making a decision, but you know that this is something that you need to do. Either you feel this way or you feel like the other person's going to feel that way. Once you decide that you need to remove yourself from the relationship, you feel either they're going to feel that way or you're going to be feeling this way, or it could be both of you. Now, what popped out at the same time are these two cards right here. The King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so the first thing that I thought about when these two popped out together, while I was shuffling, do the pre-shuffle, it could be that you have two people. Either you have a water sign and an earth sign that you need to choose from, and you care about them both. This has been an ongoing situation where you really love both of these people, but a decision has to be made, and you know that somebody's going to get hurt from this situation. Whatever decision you make, it's going to hurt somebody. It's going to hurt someone. And it's also going to hurt you from making the decision, because you really, in your own way, you love specific things about this person, about the King of Pentacles and about the King of Cups. So there's something about the King of Cups that you really love, and there's something about the King of Pentacles that you really love. But these are two totally separate people. But if you're not dealing with that situation, it could be that, after all this ending and stress, you're going to be in a place where emotionally, after you're done dealing with this and you detox, you're going to learn how to emotionally balance yourself again. You're going to be operating in the King of Cups. And so the King of Cups, he knows how to not overreact. He knows how to balance his emotions. He knows who to give his love to. And he operates in a high vibration of love. And that's where you're going to be. You're also going to operate in the King of Pentacles, where after you end something with someone, you're also going to get to the place where you're going to gain stability back into your life. You're going to be growing into a King of Pentacles. You're going to be able to reproduce, new things into your life that eventually you'll be able to give to other people, or give to someone specific. So you're going to be growing and maturing and learning from the situation, but coming into the element, taking on the element of the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. But if this does have to do with you having to choose, if you had to choose between two people, you're going to make a choice, and it's going to hurt someone, and it may hurt you, or it may hurt, whoever you decide to take. So the last card for your outcome is listening. It is so easy for us to just carry conversations and, not really pay attention to what's being said. Spirit is telling you that after you're, You go through your process of purification and detoxing and knowing what is good for you, what's not good for you, and making that separation and giving yourself time and patience to heal and move away from things. Give yourself some time to listen to you. Listen to your inner self, because sometimes we always say that we don't know the answers, but in reality we do. We just turn a blind eye to those answers. So right now you need time to listen to your inner thoughts, to your spiritual self. Where do you want to go, fire signs? What is it that you want out of love? What would make you truly happy? You know the answers. They're there. You got to listen to yourself. Sometimes it could also be, with this card, could be that there are people outside of us that are telling us, hey, I'm noticing that you're not the same anymore. You look stressed out all the time. You don't look like you're happy in the situation that you're in. You don't look like you're happy in your home. And they try to give you advice, try to give you their opinion about the situation. And sometimes we may not like what we hear, but we know that it's the truth. And if you know that you're receiving the truth from other people, you got to listen. Take everything that they say. Don't respond. Just listen to what they're telling you. And then after they're done, be like, hey, thank you for the advice. I'll think about it. And really do that. Once you get in your car, or once you get off the phone, give yourself some alone time and really think about what that person said that was true about what's going on with you currently and what has transpired in this relationship that wasn't good for you, or the decision that you have to make. Maybe it has to do with that you were in an unsatisfying relationship, and then while you were in that relationship, there's another person that became available to you, or somebody that you actually desire, and so you're thinking of wanting that person as well, but then you're stuck in this situation with somebody else that's very unsatisfying. So you already know the answers. You know what steps that you need to take. So you need to figure it out, okay? So the cards that came out with this for the tarot card is the Chariot. So, okay. So the Chariot card does represent the King of Cups. So you might be heading towards a water sign. Once you decide what you're going to do, you're going to have movement forward towards this water sign. Or it could just be that you decided to go ahead, and after you got the advice that you needed to get, after you got all the answers and you purified yourself and you went through everything, you realized that you can gain abundance in a different relationship, you're going to be fast moving. You're going to go after your desire, after what you've been wanting in a relationship. You know exactly where to go get it. Cancers are very intuitive people, and once they see spiritually and intuitively something that's good, they hightail it towards that area. They'll go straight for it. And that's exactly what you're going to do. After you listen to yourself and gain the answers that you need, you're going to go ahead and move forward. And then while you move forward, you're actually going to find your happiness. Your joy is going to be brought back to you. So you're literally going to seriously get out of all of this right here. All of that is no longer going to be stressful for you. Whatever this was is no longer going to put you in a place where you can't sleep, where you can't think correctly. You're not going to be feeling guilty. You're going to be happy again. You're going to be yourself again. And the last card is the Queen of Wands. Look at that. So you are going to be yourself again. You're going to be operating in your full fiery self, your fire element. This is who you are. You are fire. You are passionate. You're creative. You know how to go after the things that you want. You're so passionate. You guys are passionate people. You just go after what you want, and you don't let anything get in the way of that. And so that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to chase after that one thing, that love partner that is good for you, that's going to bring you joy, and it's going to bring you back to being you. They're not going to change anything about you. They're going to actually love you being the way that you are. And maybe in this past relationship where you're operating in the swords energy, because I saw a lot of swords here, you're not going to be in the swords energy anymore. You're just going to be full passion again, full fiery self, creative self. So it looks like you're actually gonna, in the end, you're gonna end up getting exactly what you want. So hopefully this resonated with you, fire signs. Don't forget to work on your shadow self, the things that you keep hidden. If something comes in that it is brand new, please work on the shadow self. That's why he's telling you to be patient before you run after somebody that is brand new and is able to offer you exactly what you want. Make sure that you're fully healed. Make sure that you have patience with yourself, that you listen to yourself, and that you dealt with all the shadow parts of you. Don't bring anything hidden or anything that can cause issues in your new relationship to come about. Okay, so work on those things. So hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe. You guys take care of yourself, okay? Bye, fire signs.